Imagine sitting in your cozy living room one afternoon, sunlight warming your favorite armchair, a gentle breeze drifting through the open window as you reach for a small bottle of pills on your side table. The label looks familiar, an over-the-counter medicine you've trusted for years to soothe aches and pains. But what if I told you that this simple bottle, tucked in many cupboards across the country, could be quietly putting strain on your heart? It sounds startling, almost unfair, especially when we trust these medications to ease discomfort and help us carry on with our day. Yet for many seniors, certain common drugs can weaken the heart muscle and increase the risk of dangerous complications. Today, we'll explore 5 of these medications, understand how they can impact your heart, and discover gentle ways to protect yourself while still finding relief from everyday ailments. I know how it feels to worry about every new ache or twinge. Perhaps you've noticed that occasional back pain lingers longer than it used to, or a head cold leaves you feeling run down for days. You scan pharmacy aisles, pick up familiar brand names, and assume they're safe. I felt that way myself until a close friend ended up in the hospital after a routine dose of a pain reliever triggered unexpected heart trouble. I remember the fear in her eyes, the machines beeping, and the worry that she might never dance with her grandchildren again. That moment opened my eyes to a hidden challenge many seniors face. We'll talk candidly about these 5 medications, why they can weaken the heart, and how you can work with your doctor to find safer alternatives. You're not alone, and you deserve to manage your health without unnecessary risk. Let's begin with one of the most familiar groups, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, or NSAIDs. Names like ibuprofen, naproxen, and diclofenac are staples in medicine cabinets worldwide. They promise relief from aches, arthritis, and fever, and for many years I turned to them without a second thought. But studies have shown that regular use of NSAIDs can elevate blood pressure, reduce the efficiency of heart pumping, and increase the risk of heart failure. In seniors especially, whose systems may already be fragile, these effects accumulate over time. It's not just about taking an extra tablet now and then. When NSAIDs become a routine part of daily life, they can quietly alter blood flow, impact kidney function, and strain the heart muscle. This stiffness in the cardiac system can lead to the very shortness of breath or fluid retention we often chalk up to aging. I remember my father mentioning the stiff ache in his knees after his morning walk, and I suggested he pop an ibuprofen. Within weeks, he was more swollen around his ankles and had trouble keeping up. It wasn't until we spoke with his physician that we discovered the NSAID he was taking might be contributing to his swelling and making his heart work harder. It was a surprise to us both because over-the-counter meant harmless, right? Not always. If you find yourself reaching for these pills daily, it's worth stepping back and having an honest conversation with your healthcare provider. Ask if there are safer pain relief options for your particular health profile. Perhaps a topical cream, a gentle stretching routine, or even a guided physical therapy session could address pain without stressing your heart. Next on our list are thiazolidinediones, often called TZDs, which many seniors may know by the brand names Actos or Avandia. These medications were designed to help manage blood sugar in type 2 diabetes, and they can be effective at lowering glucose levels in the short term. However, research has linked long-term use of TZDs to fluid retention, weight gain, and increased risk of heart failure. Why does this happen? These drugs cause the body to hold on to more salt and water, which means your heart must pump a larger volume of fluid with every beat. Over time, that extra workload can weaken the heart muscle and elevate pressures in the lungs, making ordinary activities like walking or climbing stairs much harder. For seniors living with diabetes, controlling blood sugar is crucial for preventing complications such as nerve damage or vision loss. Yet we must find a balance that doesn't trade one health challenge for another. I spoke with a dear neighbor who took pioglitazone faithfully every morning, thinking she was doing the right thing. Within a few months, she noticed her ankles were puffy, her weight creeping up, and her breathing feeling labored. It turned out that water retention from the TZD was at the root of her discomfort. Her doctor helped her transition to different diabetes medications and introduced a mild diuretic to ease fluid buildup. With careful monitoring and lifestyle adjustments, she regained her energy and felt lighter on her feet once more. If you're using a TZD, check in with your medical team about any new swelling, unexplained weight gain, or shortness of breath. These symptoms could be early warnings that your heart is under stress. By working together, you can explore alternative diabetes treatments such as metformin, SGLT2 inhibitors, or DPP4 inhibitors, each of which carries a different set of benefits and risks. When we share our concerns, gather data, and maintain open communication with our doctors, we empower ourselves to make choices that support both healthy blood sugar and a strong heart. Our third category to watch out for is decongestants containing pseudoephedrine or phenylephrine, the ingredients in many sinus or cold relief medications. You might feel a sense of relief when these pills open up your nasal passages and ease that scratchy, stuffy feeling. Yet these same ingredients constrict blood vessels throughout the body, raising blood pressure and forcing the heart to work harder against tighter vessels. For someone already managing hypertension or heart disease, this can be dangerous territory. You may experience rapid heart rate, palpitations, or a rise in blood pressure that is hard to control. I'll never forget a fall day when my aunt, battling a persistent cold, reached for a familiar cold medicine. She had mild heart disease and took daily medications for blood pressure. That night, she woke up dizzy and saw her nighttime monitor spike alarmingly high. We rushed her to the emergency department, and the culprit turned out to be the decongestant in her cold medicine. The pressure on her cardiovascular system had tipped her delicate balance into a crisis. From then on, she relied on gentle saline sprays, steam inhalation, and a humidifier rather than those pills. Those simple changes kept her sinuses clear without endangering her heart health. If you're battling seasonal sniffles, consider saline nasal rinses, warm towels over your face, or a bowl of steaming water with a few drops of eucalyptus oil. If you really need over-the-counter relief, ask your pharmacist about antihistamine-based formulas that don't constrict blood vessels, or look for decongestants labeled as heart-healthy. Remember, never assume that if something is available on store shelves, it's automatically safe for every heart. Your unique health story deserves personal attention. The fourth medication class that can weaken the heart in seniors is tricyclic antidepressants, commonly known by names like amitriptyline and nortriptyline. These medications can be effective for managing depression and certain types of chronic pain, but they also have significant anticholinergic and cardiac effects. Seniors are often more sensitive to these side effects. The impact on the heart can include irregular heart rhythms, orthostatic hypotension, and a weakened ability to pump effectively. For someone already dealing with a fragile cardiovascular system, adding these medications can increase the risk of falls, fainting, or more serious heart events. Mental health is something we should never compromise, especially as we age and face new life challenges. It's brave to seek help, and it's important to feel supported. If you're currently on a tricyclic antidepressant and notice dizziness when you stand up, strange heartbeats, or general fatigue, talk to your psychiatrist or primary care doctor. There are newer antidepressants such as selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, SSRIs, or serotonin norepinephrine reuptake inhibitors, SNRIs, that often have fewer cardiac side effects. In many cases, therapy, lifestyle changes like gentle exercise, balanced nutrition, and social engagement can complement or even reduce the need for medication. I sat with a friend who had been on amitriptyline for decades, and she confided how it made her feel foggy in the mornings. More alarmingly, she had 2 near-fainting spells that left her terrified. Her physician worked with her to gradually switch to an SSRI, monitor her heart with regular EKGs, and introduce mindful walks in the park. She found that addressing her mood through community activities and gentle yoga helped too. Today she feels more present, her heart feels stronger, and her mornings are bright and clear again. Finally, let's talk about hormone replacement therapy, especially when used to manage menopausal symptoms. While estrogen can relieve hot flashes, night sweats, and mood swings, it can also increase the risk of blood clots, stroke, and heart disease in certain populations. Seniors or anyone with a history of heart issues, high blood pressure, or clotting disorders must use hormone therapy with caution. The delicate balance of hormones can affect blood vessel health, blood thickness, and inflammatory markers in the body, potentially weakening the heart's resilience. I recall a dear friend who decided to start estrogen patches after readjusting to life post-retirement. She loved the freedom from nighttime chills and mood swings. But 6 months later, she was diagnosed with a minor clot in her leg. Although it didn't travel to her lungs or brain, it was a wake-up call. We went on to explore non-hormonal strategies like herbal supplements, mindfulness meditation, paced breathing techniques, and targeted physical therapy for better sleep and mood management. Her gynecologist also suggested the lowest effective dose of estrogen for the shortest time, combined with regular heart screenings. If you're considering or currently using hormone replacement, it's vital to discuss your personal and family history of heart disease, stroke, and blood clots. Blood tests, imaging, and careful monitoring can help ensure your therapy supports your overall vitality without compromising your heart. Always weigh the benefits and risks, knowing that menopause is a natural life stage and many non-hormonal approaches can offer relief. Now that we've taken a closer look at these 5 common medications, NSAIDs, TZDs, decongestants, tricyclic antidepressants, and hormone therapy, let's talk about practical steps you can take to protect your heart. First and foremost, always keep an up-to-date list of all medications, supplements, and over-the-counter remedies you use. Share this list with every healthcare professional you see. It may sound simple, but in the hustle of appointments, details can slip through the cracks. A complete picture of what you're taking is essential for your doctors to spot potential interactions or risks. Second, before starting any new medication, prescription or over-the-counter, ask your pharmacist or doctor, could this weaken my heart or affect my blood pressure and heart rhythm? They may suggest a safer alternative or a different dosing schedule. Third, embrace lifestyle habits that support a strong heart. Gentle activities like walking, swimming, tai chi, or chair yoga can improve circulation, strengthen the heart muscle, and reduce the need for pain relievers. Balanced nutrition rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats helps maintain blood pressure, healthy weight, and stable blood sugar. Fourth, stay vigilant about symptoms. If you notice increased swelling in your legs or ankles, unusual shortness of breath, rapid heartbeats, dizziness when standing, or fatigue that feels different from normal aging, don't dismiss these signs. Keep a simple journal to note when they occur and what you were taking at the time. This information can be invaluable in conversations with your medical team. Fifth, consider non-drug therapies when possible. Physical therapy, massage, heat or cold therapy, acupuncture, or guided relaxation techniques can address pain and discomfort without adding stress to your cardiovascular system. It's also wise to schedule routine checkups that include blood pressure monitoring, lipid profiles, and, if indicated, EKGs or echocardiograms. Early detection of changes in heart function can help you and your doctors adjust medications proactively rather than reacting to a crisis. If you're ever unsure about continuing a medication, ask for a referral to a specialist in geriatric medicine or a cardiologist who understands the unique needs of seniors. Their expertise can guide you through nuanced decisions and reduce the chance of adverse effects. Additionally, lean on your support network. Talk with family members, caregivers, or friends about your health goals and concerns. They can help remind you to take medications correctly, accompany you to appointments, or simply offer encouragement when you're feeling overwhelmed. Emotional well-being plays an important role in heart health, and having someone to share questions or fears with can lighten the load. Finally, don't forget the power of small daily rituals. A few minutes of deep breathing or meditation, a short walk in the sunshine, a cup of heart-healthy tea shared with a friend. These actions nourish both body and spirit. By building mindfulness into your day, you enhance your ability to listen closely to your body and recognize when something feels off. This attentive, balanced approach complements any medical strategy you choose. As we draw to a close, I want you to know that knowledge is your greatest ally. Understanding how these 5 medications can affect your heart empowers you to take action, ask insightful questions, and partner with your healthcare professionals. Science and research evolve, and what we learn today can improve the way we age tomorrow. You deserve to live with confidence, resilience, and a heart that carries you through many more years of laughter, love, and meaningful moments. Thank you for joining me on this journey to better heart health. Remember, you have the strength and wisdom to make informed choices. Reach out to your community, share what you've learned, support one another, and embrace the vitality that comes from caring for both mind and body. If you're inspired, consider subscribing for more guidance on healthy aging and practical tips that honor your life experience. Your heart is precious, and so are you. Here's to a future filled with health, happiness, and the deep fulfillment that comes from living each day to the fullest.